Everyone, welcome to another episode of Independent Artists Unite Song Series. I am super psyched to have the Dark Wave here. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Welcome,
Jelmer
thank you.
and Papijn. I've been
Yeah, very
practicing
good.
my Dutch pronunciation. Guys, first of all, thank you. This song is so awesome. And it's got such good energy. And it's so melodic, it's so catchy. I mean, congratulations and thank you because it's really like improved my day since it came out. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Talk a little bit about how the Dark Wave came together because I've talked to Yelmer before about April Afternoon, and he was saying, "Oh, I've also got this post-punk band," and I was thinking, why would you have a post-punk band too? Because April Afternoon is so awesome, but now I understand. This is something that had to be done.
Yeah. And it's also about the energy if you're working
Yeah.
together with a band, right? So, but I think Pepijn will probably be best able to tell about the story of the Dark Wave because I've only been part of the Dark Wave for a year, but you've been part of the Dark Wave since what is it, 2019 or something?
Yeah,
Oh, is that
2019.
right? Okay. So the band's
Yeah,
got a history, it's
yeah.
pre and
Yeah,
post Elmer.
yeah,
Completely.
pre-Elmer, yeah.
All right, so let me hear the pre-Elmer years.
No, we started one of the guitarists. He started the band, and very soon I, the bass player, and the drummer got together, and we started to do covers of new wave and gothic songs like The Cure, Sisters of Mercy, Joy Division, things like that.
Mm.
Um, And well, we were pretty good at it, and we found a singer with a very low baritone. You can still find it on YouTube. He is really cool. He does other things now, and the lineup completed with a background singer slash keyboard player and another guitarist. And we did some shows. Well, not very much because gothic music in Holland is really difficult to get gigs around. At some point, the singer decided to really get into his David Bowie cover band.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
and so we were looking for a new singer, and then Jelmer showed up. And the good thing is that because we were playing since 2019, that we are a really tight band. Uh,
Yeah.
and we exactly know what we can do as a band. And so Yelmer came in like a spread band.
So you got
um,
Yeah.
Yelmer, you got to skip all the painful early rehearsals.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
band is like ready to go now.
yeah,
Yeah, that was actually really yeah, an advantage. Yeah, then I did I started singing for them. I think guess it was a year ago, and then they asked me because I did all these like amazing covers from the 80s, from the Chameleons, from The Cure, from Joy
Mm.
Division. Then they asked me, well, you've been singing in a band before, and you were like creating your own songs. Can you also do something like that for us? So that was like I think it was March or something like that when I sat in my room here and I, grabbed my guitar and I sat on the ground. I don't know why I sat on the ground, but I did it. And then I started writing a song for them, and that became the first song, yeah, from our own like repertoire called 17.
Mm.
And now I think we have a little bit of a variety of own work, and we're still improving. But this is the first song that really comes out from the dark wave, and we actually even found a label for it. So I mean, it's
Yeah,
amazing, right?
congratulations. That's awesome. But
yeah.
now tell me about actually like did you know these guys? Did you hear of them or was it like an ad in the back of a, you know, uh
Yeah.
Amsterdam Rock magazine or something?
I guess it's all online these days, right? But
That's true. Oh,
no,
hello.
yeah.
Okay, showing my
All right.
extreme advanced age.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
Well,
not young as well.
you know,
But
I'm from New York City, so in New York City it was the
mhm,
Village Voice. You know, that was like
yeah.
the big paper.
Yeah.
What you putting an ad in the back of the Village Voice is how you had to do everything.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Amazing. No, so there was like this advertisement online, and
Okay.
because I also was active with April Afternoon, and actually I really enjoyed doing that, and using Ableton on my own computer to create my own world of
Hmm.
music. But actually, after a while, I also started to miss like the energy, the atmosphere of being in a band and
Yeah.
having all those live gigs. So I was thinking maybe I can do both projects at the same time. Well, as it turns out, focus is also a thing, so it's really hard to focus on
Focus
both
is
projects.
also a thing.
This is my bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, I really enjoy working together with them because I was thinking, oh, I want to join another band, because
Mm.
my former band, Captain Felix, they, broke up like 2 years ago. But I thought by myself, if I want to join another band, it has to be something new wave because that's the style I'm really into. I don't want to just do like indie rock or garage rock. It has to be
Mm.
new wave or dark wave, whatever. It
Yeah,
has to
yeah.
be this
Something you
wave kind
love.
of
Yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
something I really love. So I was really enjoying, singing those songs from the bands I love, and it's actually better to, make our own music, I guess, because you create something new and you add something to the world. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's I've also was in cover bands and things like that. It doesn't always translate to like great originals. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I find it like what and you guys just I mean this it makes me want to like get in a band again. You know what I mean? That and I feel
Ah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that's the greatest compliment to because that's like that's what like you know that was like the energy of punk music. You know, when I was a kid, it was like, hey we can start a band too, you know? I mean, and that was like that's
Yeah.
such a beautiful thing, you know? But yeah, I really get the feeling as soon as I heard this song, I was like, damn, I miss being in a band, you know?
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, yeah, so much
Yeah.
good
Cool.
energy, man. Um,
Thanks.
you guys must have been thrilled when you were recording this, and you guys must have been high-fiving each other all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you record it yourself on your Ableton gear and stuff, or did you go into a studio, you guys?
Well, Pepijn, you want to answer this one?
Yeah, we went into a studio. There's a small studio in the center of Amsterdam where we recorded this. And we did we have our own rehearsal room, so we really got it really tight to get into the
Yeah.
studio. And the funny thing is that the drum and bass was one take, and it was the perfect take. So that's the
Wow.
energy is also really good in that song. It's like we just recorded it like bam, and
Oh, perfect, perfect. Yeah.
perfect. We did some
Because
overdubs, of course, but we did it. I think we recorded that song just in one day. That's it. So
wow.
I think
Yeah.
the maybe the,
Well,
the
that freshness
multifocal
transfers.
I think maybe the multifocal parts they endured a little longer, I guess. But
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
but still, it's like it's not a recording session of like a week or something to get the song
sure
right.
thing,
It's just like
Yeah.
this sounds good, so we can't keep it, and
Yeah.
sure thing.
it's one of the plus
Yeah,
points of
Yeah,
the
for
song.
sure. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
you can hear that
yeah,
freshness there for sure
yeah,
and energy because I also, yeah, I remember like being in bands in the 90s in New York City. It was like you came up with a song, then you end up like rehearsing it for like a year or something. And then you go into the rehearsal. I mean, you go into the studio finally, and it's like such a long process that it's like by the time you're actually recording it, you feel like I hate this song, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
somehow you
yeah.
guys captured it while it was still fresh. You could hear that. But I'm curious, how long was it before when you were writing it, and then how long did you
Yeah.
guys rehearse it before you recorded it? Was it pretty quick?
There's a huge amount of velocity in this band. So it was about I think 4 or 5 months or something like that. We recorded it in September, and I think I wrote it in March or April or something like that. So it's yeah, they really want to progress. So yeah,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you and maybe you can hear that there's energy in the song. Maybe
I
that's the
think
thing.
so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it
Yeah.
really translates. Yeah, yeah.
Because
And
with my
that
former band, I also, we were working as well as you told, we were working like 2 years on a song, and then, the band broke up. So that can also happen, that you work on a song
exactly.
so long, and yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's a
yeah.
bit of,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So you got you sounds like you guys have a good group of guys that are all totally into it and ready to go. And it must feel great that you landed a deal as well. That keeps everyone's interest going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah. Yeah.
How did
It's
that
It's
really
my
come
weird.
first
about? It's your first record deal, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my
Jelmer.
first record deal, but it's a second one for Pepijn. How did it come up? Yeah, I thought it was a good song. We also have another single coming out, and I just emailed a couple of records labels from the Netherlands. I still have a list, a good Excel list, as we all have probably. And there were two labels that were interested, and so we actually were able to pick one. And
Wow.
it's a bit of a hip hop label, right? So we're one of the first rock
Oh,
bands
that's
that want to
funny.
diversify.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird. They're specialized in African and Caribbean hip hop music, which sounds to us like a really niche, but it's like huge,
Yeah.
especially also in
Wow.
America. And
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you any names of their artists, but well, never
They had
mind.
a song at a Billboard, right? That's what
Yeah,
they always tell us. So yeah,
yeah,
okay.
but I don't
Well,
know which.
Okay.
we should listen to that.
And
Yeah.
have you noticed a difference yet? Well, I know the song has just been released, but have you noticed a difference being on a label versus releasing your April afternoon stuff?
Yeah, well, the streams are going up, so we're almost at 1K right now. So it's really
Wow.
quickly. But it's
Yeah.
also maybe because we're 6 people and everyone is asking all of their friends, so hey, you wanna hear this? And maybe that also goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they have contacts, and that's always nice. So it will probably, last a couple of months before we can actually really tell the influence of the label. But yeah, I guess. Yeah, we don't know everyone in the industry, and they do. So that's a great thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
also good that like we had the first conversation like 8 weeks ago, something like that, with the record
yeah,
company, and now it's already releasing the first song. So I think
Wow.
that quickness isn't. If you do it on your own, you never reach that. That's
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I think that's a
yeah,
big difference.
And
yeah.
you guys are playing out live too around are you just around Amsterdam right now, or are you journeying around a bit?
Well, also in Belgium.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, also
Yeah,
we're big in Belgium.
yeah.
we're back in Belgium.
You
Yeah,
have to
how that
pass
came
on
about.
this. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, so we did a show a couple of weeks ago in like this a really small village, but there were still like 70 people, and people actually, yeah, they came by car with about an hour of driving, so that was amazing. Because of this show, there was also another booker who asked us if we could also do a show in Bruges. That will be in the start of January for a bit of a bigger venue of what was it, 150 people or
yeah,
something like that.
150.
So,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
yeah,
not really
well,
yeah.
big.
something.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a start.
Yeah, well, you have to enjoy everything, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah. And
Yeah, well,
we really
yeah.
like the audience in Belgium as well because it's really a music-minded country in regard to the Netherlands, which is all has like traditional being less about being less into indie music. Belgium is also always a little bit more into it. So yeah, that's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah,
So it starts
but
to
I always
change.
see
Yeah.
on your in your stories and stuff, Yama, that you've had some luck on Dutch radio and things like that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So there's actually a scene there. Indie XL is really big for the Netherlands. If you want to achieve something, it's usually start at Indie XL. And yeah, some of my songs from April Afternoon Day were charted in this indie chart,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
always a nice thing. So we're really hoping on 17 for a charted position as well. We can't tell it yet, but we hope so. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a really good station. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised. It's a great song. You probably saw James K. Ultra, our friend.
Of course. Yeah.
He also said, "I love this song," right away. So
Yes, nice.
he's always my person that like that Papine. He's my producer.
Ah,
By the
okay.
way, yeah, and
Yeah.
He's
kind of in this like yeah that I ran into on Instagram in this kind of dark music scene or whatever, and
yeah.
yeah, he's like my. I always count on him to like have his finger on the pulse and know what's cool, because I feel a bit outside of that myself. So I always think it's a great thing if he loves the song, and he really loved the song as
Yeah.
soon as it came out as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he compared it when I was talking to him. He compared it to some of those like 70s punk bands from I don't know from America, and I thought it was a big compliment. Like the what was he saying, Richard Hell and some stuff like that. So I thought it was a
Okay.
compliment.
Yeah, yeah,
Lovely.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, you know what it got me a little bit is as I'm like this weird, well, I don't know if it's weird, but I was the kind of music fan that like I like punk, but I didn't like the real punks. I like the pop kind of punk, like Generation X. That Billy
yeah,
Idol
yeah,
type.
Yeah.
And it was the
yeah,
same with the goths.
Good
I
one.
was not like really into like whatever it is, Roseland Funeral Party or whatever. I was like I could do
yeah,
Sisters of Mercy, and even with Bauhaus, it was like only the catchy ones. I couldn't like sit there and really listen to Stigmata, yada yada. It was just too much. So that's what it reminded
yeah,
me of was like it had this feeling of like Generation X, which I think is like this great band. The punk band that Billy Idol sang for,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
where it was
yeah.
like that kind of energy, but also like there's nothing to matter with like everyone singing basically on key and it being a really great catchy melody too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
It's really funny that you mentioned Generation X because James also mentioned this band. Well, I'm a bit of a fan, I guess, because I have some records of them in my closet. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely, and totally agree with you on the fact that like screamy punk is can sometimes be a bit boring, but if there's like a really good song structure in it and there's a more melodic element to it, that does it for me too. So I
Yeah.
totally agree with you on that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
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 there's some like sweet spot there where it's like it's still the energy of punk, but there's some pop song craftsmanship, and yet you still feel like you want to pick up a guitar and start your own band. It's all this magic
yeah.
combo,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I totally agree with you on that. Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
how often are you going to? I mean, is this building toward an album on the label? Are you going to release a few singles then an album, or is there a plan?
Well, we have a record deal for two singles
Oh,
and
two singles. Okay, awesome.
but we're going the end of February, beginning March. We're going in the studio again, and we're hoping to record then three songs, maybe four. We don't know, uh,
Mm.
and then we
Yeah.
can release an EP. But we don't.
Well,
We are not sure if
if
we're
you
going.
do everything in one take,
Yeah,
you could do a whole album.
That's right.
yeah. But
Yeah.
Album
we're
one,
not
let's
sure if
go.
we're.
One, two, three.
Yeah,
Wow.
I wrote a really also a really two really punky songs that are like really energetic and catchy also. So maybe who knows? But we're not sure if we're gonna do release those at the same label as we have now, because we first have to see how good they are, really, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have
So
we have the freedom to decide that after 2 singles we say like, well, bye, and we're gonna find a new label, or we stick to them. That's we'll
Yeah.
see.
Oh, that's
the
perfect. Yeah.
future's hands.
Yeah.
Do you
And there will probably be an EP in the next year. So
Yeah.
the
Also,
3 or 4 things we're going to record, we'll probably release them on an EP. So yeah.
Okay. And what about
Yeah.
like how do you know how long or how far away the singles will be? Like if you're doing this one now,
Yeah,
the
so the
one,
next single we're about to release is in February,
in
probably
February.
somewhere in
Okay.
the middle of February.
Yeah.
And then I guess another single. So it's usually it makes sense if you have 2 months, in prior to until the next single.
Yeah.
So I guess the next single will be somewhere in, I don't know, like April or maybe the start of May, something like that. So
Yeah.
it's better to release it from track, track to
Yeah.
track.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, as we all know.
Well, I'm super excited to see where you guys are gonna be heading.
Thanks so much.
I see big things, honestly, because this first
Cool.
single is just like I mean, I hold it up to anything. I mean, it's better than a lot of songs on Generation X records. You know what I mean?
Whoa,
I
okay,
feel
thanks.
I really think it's great, man. I mean, it really is just a great song, and I hope the label will like really work hard promoting it, and it's great that you have did you say 6 guys in the bands total?
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 guys.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a
but
big
that's
thing.
great having that many people really that are really gung ho and pushing something. So
But if you're live on the stage, it's sometimes a bit of a problem because you want to move as well.
I saw some live shots. Yeah, because it doesn't look like you're a small person either, Yelmer.
I need space. Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
look
yeah.
like you're like 190 centimeters or something.
A typical Dutchman. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it's like this stage isn't big enough for 6 Dutchmen.
yeah. No, we're not yet the polyphonic spree, but it gets close to it. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, guys. And yeah, I can't say enough about 17. I love it, and I totally understand why you dove into this now, Yelmer. It just seems like so much fun and high energy, and also nice to meet you, Pine. And yeah, best of luck to you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk
Thank
to
you
you
for all
All
the
right.
words. Yeah.
Have a good
Cool.
one.
soon.